presentation on Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So a little background on Charlie and Chocolate Factory. I don't know if everybody's all seen the movie or read the book. Both is even better. So it was originally published in 1964, and this is quite a long time ago. And it was written by Roald Dahl, and he's a very challenged and banned author. He's written books like Matilda, which I didn't know was a book until researching. I only thought it was a movie. He's also written a book called The Twits, which I'm not entirely sure what that's about, but that's also been challenged and banned. And of course, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory has been challenged and banned as well. So he's received all this criticism, and all of this criticism relies around his style of writing, or the message that he sends in his writing, which is children seeking revenge on adults. And this doesn't mean like violent revenge, but in Matilda, she's verbally abused by her parents, so she seeks revenge. In Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Mr. Wonka gets back at the children who are greedy and spoiled brats most of the time, so that's the seeking revenge on adults. But it's a little bit switched in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory debuted in the heart of the Civil Rights Movement, so this is where the criticism started because we're in the heat of the Civil Rights Movement. We're having all the controversy, the prejudice, and the book then was banned for the two main reasons, and the first main reason led from the racist depictions of the Oompa Loompas. So, and along with the racist depictions, there was a poor philosophy on life that some people saw inside the book. So the Oompa Loompas were described as African pygmies who worked for wages of cocoa beans, sang war chants, and were experimented on like animals. So the very original published was the one to the left, and you can see later, and as it progressed, when he rewrote the book, they look far different. So it was implied that one of the, alright, I thought this was funny, it's not technically funny, but people challenged and banned the book because they thought that one of the Oompa Loompas had been killed or died because he drank a fizzy lifting drink and disappeared forever. So people took that as implications that Mr. Wonka killed the Oompa Loompa. I wouldn't take it that way, but that's one of the reasons they challenged the book. Also, the racist implications tie back to slavery because they're employees that really aren't truly paid, and they work in the chocolate factory constantly. And they said it was, some people thought it was symbolism for children, child slavery, because they're small. Because they were African pygmies, they were small children. That was another reason. And this caused Dahl to rewrite the book. Controversy in the heat of the Civil Rights Movement. He realized, okay, this is a little racist, this is a little offensive. So he did change it. He changed the picture, and then the description of the Oompa Loompas changed to cute little chubby dudes with orange skin and green hair. So he did change it drastically. The book was also banned in 1988 by a librarian, which she went overboard. She hid the book in a closet, which that was the way to hide the book from the children. She hid it in the closet. But she said that the book showed a poor philosophy on life. And these are just the book characters that Dahl writes. And a lot of people criticized his artistic drawings of people as ugly and disgusting, which I don't think any art is ugly and disgusting, but they really didn't care for the artwork he had of the people. So she claimed that the main character at the very end to the left, the small boy, is Charlie Bucket, and he's the main character, and he goes through the factory with his grandfather. And she claimed that it was a poor philosophy outlook on life because no boy that poor can be that happy in the book. So he has no noble qualities to be a hero. He doesn't deserve to be a hero because he's extremely poor, and she described his poverty as phony because nobody can be that happy if you're that poor. So that was her sad representation of why the book should be banned. She also claimed that the book should be banned because of the negative personalities that the children show. Dahl did lead most of their personalities to some of the 7 deadly sins. The chubby boy in the front, he's gluttonous. The boy in front of him is slothful because he plays video games all the time. One of the girls is very prideful, and one is also spoiled. So she thought that reading these books, the children would act upon their imaginations, so then kids are just going to be horrible because they read about kids in a book that were misbehaved and had negative personalities. So she was terrified that these children were going to act upon their personalities. And we know, like, reading books, just because you read something doesn't mean that you're going to act upon what you read. Some people do, but it's not always implied. So my stance on Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, I don't think it should be banned. I don't think you should ever ban a book from a child and keep them from reading a book. Every child deserves to read a different perspective and see a different viewpoint of a book. They never deserve to have it taken away or have a book hidden in a closet because someone is afraid of what might be written in the book. But I do agree that the original version should be challenged for the Oompa Loompas. The descriptions in the book are pretty negative and they're a little bit racist. And the pictures I thought were, as far as literature goes, it's really hard to like say that something should be challenged or banned, but I do understand why they challenged the very beginning. So, and then these are my references.